Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals, how you doing? Here today to show you this little folder. I pulled this out the other day. It is just an ephemera folder made out of large envelopes. And I did ask if anybody would be interested in seeing how it was put together. Because it's like a really handy little folder and it's super simple to make. And being as a few of you were quite keen on working out how to do it, I thought I would come along and show you. So that one is made out of white C4 envelopes. They're just the large envelopes that fit, unfolded papers. I don't have any white ones anymore. I've coffee dyed everything in my room. So I'm going to make it out of a bunch of coffee dyed ones, which is probably going to look a little bit nicer being as I haven't finished decorating that other one. It'll be a while before I get these decorated. So first I'm going to fold all these flaps closed so that I can fold these envelopes in half. It just makes it easier for me that way. And then we will move on from there. But yeah, the first trick is to fold your envelopes in half because that is what is going to make your pages. Folding them in half, of course, is just a simple case of taking both ends together and creasing them. So, yeah. Why am I explaining this to you? Okay, now we have them all folded. Moving on to the next step. We have them all like so, and once I'll show you on this one, once we have them all folded in half, the front cover does not have a pocket. You could make it a pocket, I just didn't, I just wanted it as cover. And then each of these leaves, these pages, has two pockets in it. And there's also a pocket at the top of the book. And the back cover is the same. There is no pocket in the back, but there are two pockets on the inside back page and all the subsequent pages. So I am here just reminding myself of how to build this because it's been a very long time since I built one. So our first page is like so. Now we're going to fold the flaps back out of the envelopes and towards the back of the envelope and just stack them in this manner. So each of the envelopes will be just laid on top of the next and the flap will be folded out towards the back of the envelope. Okay, that's all done. The last one we will do a little differently. We'll flip it over so that the open end of the envelope is to stack on top of the others, and we will fold that one back towards the back of the envelope as we have with all the others, but it will be around the other way. So not the way we had all the others, this way. With the closed end on the outside. Okay, now we're not using the sticky strips of the envelopes. You could rip off the sticky bit and put some washi over it or whatever you'd like, but we are not going to use it, so that's up to you. What we are going to do is cut open the closed ends of all the envelopes aside from the front and back envelope. So all the internal envelopes, we're going to cut the closed end open, like this. Okay guys, it's time to grab the glue of your choice. We are going to glue these envelopes together in a big concertina basically. I am just using a glue stick. You could use some stronger glue if you would like to. I do not suggest using double-sided tape. I have made one of these with double-sided tape. It just wasn't up to the job. So I would definitely use either a glue stick or some acetane based glue or something. You could use a wet glue, but I think it would just be messy and take a long time to dry, so this is a quicker way of doing it. Right, we're gluing the back of the envelope flap and we are tucking it inside the flap or the end of the envelope that we cut open on the next envelope. So that is a confusing explanation, but I will do it quite a few times so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to fold that envelope flap open, put glue on the back of it. Then we're going to open the envelope end that we cut open and we're going to tuck it inside. And give it a good press down. And we're going to do that for all of them until we reach the last envelope. Okay, here we have the last envelope. We are going to rip off the sticky strip. Then we're going to put glue on the flap of the previous envelope like we have with all the others. And what we're going to do this time, because the envelope is around the other way, is tuck that into the open end of the envelope. Which means we can stick this envelope with the sticky strip to the back of the envelope that we are tucking in. Now I hope that makes sense. This is where the flap is going to stick down, just on the opposite side of the previous envelope. Right, now we're back the way everything else was. I'm going to glue that one down on the inside a little bit more, just so it doesn't interfere with things in the pocket when we start putting things in the top pocket. But in the end of the day, there's our little folder. Well, there's kind of our little folder. There's a big concertina of envelopes. Now, that created all the pockets on the inside. In the front of the pages there, like so. All the way along we have 2 pockets per page. Now, to make it into a book and create the pockets at the top, we're going to flip it over so that we're working from the back of the book. So this is now the back. This will be the spine. And we're going to glue around these 3 sides and stick it down. And we're going to do that with every single page. Now you have to take care to make sure you're doing it from the back of the book, else you're going to glue your book all weird and your pockets will be in the spine, and yeah, it's just going to be messy. So let's not do that. Trust me, I've learnt all these things from experience. You need to pay attention to certain things that you are doing when you are constructing something, else you can do it all wrong. Right, so now we have these 2 stuck at the back. We move on to the next one and do the same. We glue around those, 2 sides, because we're gluing them together, but basically we're gluing 3 sides together. So I'm going to put some glue on in an L shape like this and glue it to the page next to it. And that glues the spine of those 2 shut and the bottom so that we have a top loading pocket. We're going to go through the whole book and do this. While you're gluing them shut and basically stacking them on top of each other, you can take some time to sort of adjust them a little and make sure they line up properly. They do have a tendency to sort of wander off if they feel like it. So just taking that few moments to make sure they're sort of properly lined up is definitely worth the effort. They don't wander off too far, and if they do, well, it's just an ephemera holder. But yeah, it's it's the time to straighten things up if they need to be straightened. right, guys, that's it. That's as easy as it is. It's a very simple thing to create. Now it's nice and stuck together. We have both pockets in the front, 2 per page, as we talked about before. We have all these nice blank pages if you happen to want to decorate or maybe put additional pockets. And we also have a top loading pocket between each page. So yeah, it's quite an efficient little folder. Now, like I say, you could put additional pockets on the pages, but I'm not sure I would suggest doing that unless you're going to put sort of very few things in there, very limited amounts of things in there. Yeah, this gets sort of quite chunky as it is, with all the pockets it's got. So yeah, I would kind of just decorate the pages if you really want to. But yeah, here's the top pockets, nice big pockets at the top too. So if you have some tall ephemera that you don't know what to do with, this is the perfect holder for them all. So in any case, there it is. It's a very simple thing to put together. I'm not sure my explanation sounds very simple, but it is very simple. Now these ones, I have just decorated the outside with some painted papers and some tissue paper and just basically things that were lying around. I have never bothered to decorate the inside. To be honest, I forgot I had these ephemera holders. They were in my bookshelf and they've just been there for a long time with just random bits and pieces in them. So it wasn't until the other day when I spotted one and I went, oh, I forgot about these, and pulled them out, and that I realised I had never decorated them. So what I will do is basically decorate this one on the outside the same way as I did the previous ones, just to show you what I did. It's not necessary to do this. You can leave them just as they are, or you can decorate them in any way, shape or form you like. You could put a nice piece of fabric over the spine if you wished. I just wrap around some tissue paper because that's what I did with the others. If the tissue, not that it ever has, but if the tissue paper tore, then I could cover it with fabric. It's not a big deal. So yeah, decorate as you see fit. But I am just going to use some printed on and sort of decorative bits of tissue paper, some of which came out of like shoe boxes and stuff. You can use anything. So I will leave you with that decoration process, and yeah, basically that's the whole thing. If you've got some large envelopes, or I mean, you could probably do this with smaller envelopes if you really wanted to, but I just like the size it makes. It makes a nice, tall, sort of wide ephemera holder that, you can hold cutouts from books, and also, pop tall ephemera in just to keep it in places so that it's not all stacked in a drawer. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to sign off now. Say thank you so much for being here, as I always do, because I really appreciate you guys coming along and watching, particularly those of you who are still here. They have made it this far in the video. It's nice to have people drop by and have a quick look. It's even nicer when they stick around and watch the whole video, because yeah, it every moment helps. And yeah, it can get a bit long-winded and a bit boring at times, so yeah, I understand that some people just don't have the time. So it's nice to have you guys that do stick around on a regular basis and yeah, drop by to say hello once in a while and tell me what you think. So thank you so much, and yeah, I hope you have a lovely day. I will see you again next time. Bye.